solve the inequality. So we got a product of three factors and we want that to be less than or equal to 0. So this is a polynomial, by the way, if we multiply out, okay, and got three factors, and we want this to be less than 0, means negative, the product negative, and equal to 0 as well. So if these are factors, means 2x minus 9 becomes 0 when? For what value of x? In the same way, x minus 1 cubed, the power doesn't matter when we find 0. So x minus 1 is 0 when x equals 1. And x plus 1 is 0 when x equals negative 1. Negative 1 plus 1 is 0. So this one makes 0. This one also makes 0. 2x plus 9, we can do some math here. Move 9 over, add 9, divide by 2. So 9 halves. These three numbers, okay, make this polynomial equal to 0. So these numbers should be also included in the solution. Based on these three numbers, now our number line will be divided into 4 intervals. Let's locate them. So 9 halves is 4.5. That's the highest, somewhere here, 9 halves. Okay, you can put anywhere, but put these numbers in correct order. Negative 1, smallest, and 1 somewhere here. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4 intervals to test. And we pick a representative from each interval and plug here. And if that is a negative, is less than 0, then that interval is our solution. So let me write this in this way. This interval, negative infinity through negative 1, negative 1 to 1, 1, 4.5, and 9.5 infinity. So we want to check, we want to pick a representative from each of these 4 intervals and check the sign of this polynomial. So sign of, and to find the sign of polynomial, we can find sign of each factor and go from there. That way is easier. So 2x minus 9 to the 4th, okay, that's the first. We got, then x minus 1 cubed, then x plus 1, and the product of these 3 types of factors. So this product we are saying px, let's call it px. And we want the sign of px to be negative. Because less than or equal to 0 means we want it to be negative. So pick a representative. So in this here, negative infinity, negative 1, anything in between, maybe negative 2, here, maybe 0, 1, 4.5, maybe 2, 4.5, so let's take 5. And we plug this number into each of these 3 factors, and then we write plus minus, and then find the sign of polynomial. And we want that to be less than 0, means negative. Oh, this is 4th power. So regardless of this number, okay, positive to the 4th power or negative to the 4th power, it will be always positive. Any number, for any number, anything. Okay, when we have 4th power, square, 4th, 6th, 8th, so even power means always positive. This cube, we don't know. Let's plug negative 2 here. Negative 2 minus 1, negative 3. Negative 3 cubed means negative. So 3 times means if we start with negative, it will be negative. Start with positive, it will be positive. And how about x plus 1? Negative 2 plus 1. Negative 2 plus 1 is negative. So this one is always positive. At negative 2, this one is negative and this one is negative, means negative times negative, positive. But we want px to be less than or equal to 0. So this interval not in the solution. Let's go for the second interval, negative 1 to 1. So we are taking 0, and the first factor is always positive. 0 minus 1, negative 1. Negative means this is negative. 0 plus 1 is positive 1. If we multiply negative positive, it will be negative. So the polynomial is negative, means less than 0. So this is, yes, this is our solution, by the way, this part. Next, do the same thing. So we pick 2. So this fourth part always positive. 2 minus 1, 1 cube positive. 2 plus 1 positive. If we multiply all positive, it's going to be positive. Now we want px to be negative. Last 5. This one is positive. 5 minus 1, 4 cube positive. Okay, 5 plus 1. 5 plus 1, 6 positive. Okay, all positive. Now, so only one interval is the solution, because we want this to be less than 0. And equal to 0 means these numbers are also included. 9 halves, 1 and negative 1 are also included, and this interval. So let's write down the solution. So the solution is these numbers, all of them are included. So first this interval, negative 1 to 1, and these numbers are included because these three numbers make this one 0. Included means bracket. There are no other intervals left, but 9 halves makes this 0, so 9 halves should be included. So this one union 9 halves is a single number, so we put braces. Okay, so all the numbers inclusive negative 1 and 1, and the point or the number 9 halves.